Okay, we're just gonna cut straight into the video. No introductions because honestly, this is a long-winded topic, and to be honest, it's a little personal. Title of the video is, or it's to some wind of toxic workplace management behavior, or okay, toxic workplace management cultures, or just the culturing of behaviors. In short, what the fuck do I mean by that? What am I talking about? And I'm probably using the wrong wording, but the way I'm trying to get at it is, have you ever been at a job and you've, 8 hours, is a long amount of time. And, you've probably been busting your ass for the last 5 hours. You've been sweeping, you've been mopping, been wiping walls, cleaning windows, serving customers, doing all the wit wap. And you probably already took your break, probably already took your 10, probably even took your last 10. And now, for some strange reason, it's just dead. There's no customers, there's nothing going on, there's nothing to do. You're already just kind of like doing idle stuff, folding and stuff. And the manager just comes up to you and like, hey, I saw that you and Stephanie was talking, for about 10 minutes on the cameras over in the cookingware department or whatever fucking department. Can you refrain from that? Can you stop? Not I don't want to say stop, but can you not be doing that for extended periods of time, please? And you're just a normal employee. You're just kind of like my bad. Okay, cool. I'll work on it next time. Let me give you another example. Have you ever? How can I put it? Without it just being talking. Have you ever completely done all your work in 4 hours, even though you have an 8-hour shift? You get off for lunch and you got another 3 hours to burn, and I'm doing the same situation. But again, you just got 3 hours to kill. What do? So for those 3 hours, you probably start working on something you want to work on. Say for instance, you want to just go sweep, or say for instance, you want to go talk to someone. Say for instance, you want to start cleaning out one of the ovens or something. What happens? Have you ever had a situation where a manager just comes up and hey, I want you to do insert extremely mundane or extremely grotesque task here because it's slow and we could use some deep cleaning? Let me give you a third example. Have you ever come to work, I want to say 10, 15 minutes late? And it's, it's not one of those days where you're just, you're just running a little late, a little behind, just a little bit extra traffic, anything could happen, who knows, or anything of that nature. And, your boss or your manager approaches you like, hey, I can understand if you're probably late fucking 30 days, 58 days, 100 days out the year. But if it's maybe once a week, 2 times a week or something, and they're just like, hey, I see that you be coming in about 5 to 15 minutes late. And can you please refrain from that? That's really negative upon the company, and we don't really want to do that anymore. And or even let me just, I'm really feeling juiced on this. Let me give you even kind of a fourth example. I sound probably dumb to a manager or something, but just from a worker's perspective, I hope I'm getting across. Have you ever just been after, just doing the trenches, you've probably been going ham in the job, everything's in the fan, and, it's probably a moment to relax in a job or something, right? And I've been seeing this a lot lately. Have you been seeing your job becoming more corporate? A lot of family-owned establishments, or have you ever been working for kind of a family-owned pancake house, or a family-owned little Philly cheesesteak thing, or maybe not even family owned all the time. Maybe just even like something that's like not as chained. You know what I'm saying? Or not as like hardcore franchised. Have you been like seeing like a hard corporatization of the situations within like the back of the house? The point I'm trying to make is like, okay, have you ever had a manager be like, hey, I know you guys are having fun back there and you guys are, talking and, shooting the shit and all that, but can you not like make jokes, like, not saying you're using the N-word or anything, but can you not like make jokes about like insert small people, insert black people, insert Mexicans, insert migrants, insert ICE situations, insert derogatory term that's kind of funny but used out of context, insert, raunchy situation, insert something that isn't 100% PC. And that's a whole different situation in its own. But the point I'm trying to make is, have you ever been put in any of these situations by your management? And at any point in those times, have you been put in those situations? Have you ever walked away and felt like, golly gee, like, Willikers, like, man, that was a good talk. Like, that felt good. I'm gonna go take what just happened and I'm gonna go reflect on that and I'm gonna think about, how I fucked up and how I can do better next time. Or do 99% of the time, do you just like, I'm not saying like brush it off, but do you just be like, okay, and just like walk off? Or not even walk off, you just kind of like endure whatever has to happen and you just kind of like, cool beans. I mean, you might feel a little shitty for like 10 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, but then you're just like, you're more ambivalent or more just, it's not even really a positive experience. It's more of like what the fuck did we really need to even have that conversation kind of experience. You get what I'm saying? And excuse me if I'm going too much extra, but it's just the point I'm trying to get across as we get into the video. As a manager, what is there to gain out of policing that behavior? And as a company, I can also ask that too. But it's just a whole workplace behavior culture as a whole. Why are these situations seen as negative? Why can I bust my ass for 6 hours out of my 8-hour shift and I get caught sitting down on that 7th hour and I'm liable to get called lazy? Like, literally situations like that, or be thought of negatively when you haven't seen any of the other stuff I've done. All you've seen is this instance and you're gonna nip at it like a fucking Rottweiler. Like, what is there to gain from that personally? Another example is like being caught on the phone talking. Being caught talking. Like, that's actually one thing I put on, like, what's up with this fascination of like managers kind of like catching you, like, yeah, like, ooh, I know y'all was doing something, and master, like, are you like this at home? Like, managers, when you get off the job, are you like this to your wives or your husbands or your kids? Like, or is this just kind of like a persona, an aura, or a vibe that you're putting on while you're at the job? Because honestly, I'm not trying to belittle your job. I'm not trying to belittle what you're doing. I'm not trying to belittle the situation, and I'm not trying to belittle what running a tight ship means, because I've seen what running a fucking tight ship means, and that shit gets fucking done. But I've seen managers that are 30 treat 50-year-olds like they're 20. And if that's not fucking okay in some type of book, I don't know what is. And I can understand that there's a respect system, but what happened to just treating people like fucking adults? What happened to like, you hired us for a reason, bro. And I know you paying us for a reason. And you paying us to, you know, do the basic cleaning, keeping this place afloat, keeping it from not burning down, and doing the basic enough job to keep money in this place. But are you paying us to do all this undocumented maintenance? Are you paying us to like get nasty and dirty cleaning shit for you? Are you paying us to like get on our fucking knees and clean floors and clean baseboards? And I know it probably says some shit like that in the contract. Like, are you paying us to get treated like we're back in like grade school for 8 hours just to get like a measly ass check, which 60% of is gonna go to living, 25% of is gonna go to food, and another 25% of is gonna go to living expenses and having fun? You know, it's an extra 5% we don't even have, but that's how you get debt, motherfucker. Like, I'm sorry. Just, I've been I'm 23. I turned 24 this year, and I've been working roughly since I've been like 14, and I haven't really started really working until I'm like 16. But I've been working since I've been like 14, and I don't know what's up with this fascination of like control. And it's the second someone gets any authority over someone that's backed up by like superiority in some way, shape, or form, it's literally called a fucking trip for a reason. Like, I don't understand. Like, it goes back to like, are you like this at fucking home? Like, what are you gaining out of micromanaging people? What are you gaining out of this? Except, honestly, I respect the cool managers more than the asshole managers, but recently I've been respecting the asshole managers more than the cool managers, because the asshole managers tend to leave you alone if you're on your shit. And I'm always on my shit, you feel me? But I don't know. I'm rambling, and there's a ton of situations I could be hitting on, and I know there's a lot of little situations that's probably situational to you and what you're going through, and how your like workplace is, you know, divided about and whatnot. But and all that, man, like, there are some fucking grown ass kids. There are some 50-year-old kids. There are some 40-year-old kids. There are some 60-year-old kids who need to be fucking micromanaged just to get any shred of fucking work done. And I'm not saying we shouldn't hire those people, and I'm not saying we shouldn't give those people meaningful work, because realistically, those people are a huge backbone of the fucking workforce. You feel me? They're the people that can go and do a fucking droning job at fucking McDonald's for 50, 60 years flipping burgers and feel proud about it. I'm not saying any disrespect on that. I actually put respect on it, because those people are really fucking serious, hardcore people. But it's like, go manage the people who need to be managed. The people who are fucking grown-ass adults who bust their ass around here on a normal basis, if they want to sit around and fucking talk for like 10 or 15 minutes when it's dead, don't you think they earned it? You're only really paying my niggas minimum wage, so it's like, what are you, is a company so fucking under that they feel like they need to maximize every single minute of your time to a point you feel like you need to go and run away on them? Like, you need to go hide, you need to go sit in the bathroom, you need to go do other shit, versus just like, hey, I'm just gonna chill in this area. If you need me, cool. If anything comes in, cool. Or if you have or if there's anything that could be done that you see that I'm not doing currently, cool. I'm not saying I just came here to get paid, but realistically, I'm not mentioning the coronavirus until the next couple of videos, but with this fucking virus shit, like, dude, half of us just come in to get paid, bro. Like, especially anybody that's working right now, with all this quarantine stuff coming on, like, we just come in to get paid. We just come in to look pretty. We just come in to assume a position. So, like, why do I need to be doing all the extras? And if anything, I don't know. Like, I feel like we need to get, as a society, I feel like we need to get paid more for the bullshit that we deal with and for the stuff that is inflicted upon us, and for a grown-ass adult to be treated like they're fucking 5. Like, oh my god, yep, I'm not even gonna do the extras, like, because I had energy for it, but I'm a little drained just thinking about it, because it's like, I'm 24, like, I'm not even gonna say 23, I'm 24 now, like, until we make some form of, like, full distancing from the job force, this is my fucking life. And not like that, I don't feel comfortable with shit like that. And that's why I gotta make videos like this, just to be like, yo, am I the only person that's not comfortable with this, or is people just really, like, putting their heads down the whole time and just doing it for a paycheck? Because at a certain point, like, it ain't even worth the paycheck, bro. It's like, what is it worth? And that's the sad part, because I don't really know. Because outside of renting food and just having a little bit of fun, it ain't worth nothing, bro. Because family worth something, love worth something, peace worth something, prosperity worth something. And a work is an avenue to have to do all of that, to get all of that. But it's like, and God bless, respect on everybody in times like this who got jobs that are essential and pivotal to what's going on. But on some real shit though, it's crazy. Like, working is crazy, and that's funny. Like, working is fucking, like, nuts, and it shouldn't be. It should just be like, I'm coming in to do a simple job to get a check, and nothing else should be expected out of me. Same thing out of management, but it's like all these things, all these little weird little pressures are put on us, and I'm like, where is that coming from? When did that start? You know? And God forbid I ever become a true asshole when my businesses pop off and I gotta do, like, hard situations and decisions like that. But all I know is I'm going to keep in mind where I came from, and I'm going to try to treat people with as much respect as I can. And video disclaimer, this isn't to throw any of my managers at any of my jobs under the bus. To be honest, I have some very good managers for once in my fucking life, and I don't even know how to feel about it, you know? Because it's like, okay, these are people that aren't assholes. They're assholes in a work sense, but they're not assholes outside of being, like, dicks, you know? I have a dude, like, I'm not going to say his name, but he knows who he is because I have the same birthday as his son, which is kind of interesting. And long story short, he's very tough, and he will bust your fucking chops the second you will do any of the things that I've named today. But this man has a heart of gold, and he will literally fight for you. He will literally, if anyone has to talk negatively about you, he will have very harsh words to say about you, because he acknowledges that if he hired you, he saw something great in you, and that's not something he takes lightly. And I respect that to an extent, and I like how he thinks. But I'm not making this video too long. I'm not gonna make a two-parter. This is gonna be a long-ass video, probably one of the longest. But again, toxic workplace management culture behaviors. We're going to talk about this probably again at one point in time when we get things more together. But for the time being, I think we did pretty fucking good. Like, hope you're doing good out there. Just know, I think about you every day. I hold you dearest to my heart. I fucking love you, you fucking weirdos. The support is appreciated. Let's get this bag. 2020. I'm gonna probably cut all of that out. We're just faded to black.